Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, on the daily time frame, Bitcoin's scenario here, the white wave count, which is, as you know, the currently primary scenario, that is currently being followed nicely. The price dipped into the support area that in the white scenario should really generate a reversal. And yeah, reversed out of it already. So anybody who wants to avoid the noise, I mean, that's really the daily time frame charts are really for everybody who wants to avoid the noise and is just interested in, let's say, long-term, medium-term accumulation, swing trading, and so on. Anybody who simply traded the daily time frame would likely be in profit if that person really added some entries in the support zone. And typically what I say, when the price then starts to move out of these zones, it might be reasonable to think about at least some small partial profit taking, shaving some small positions off, or moving up the stop loss to the break-even point, which should be ideally, depending on where and how the entries were made, somewhere here below the upper threshold of the support area, below the upper support, and at least with that you could take the risk out, or you just wait until the market moves a little higher, or you wait for the market to pull back as indicated on the 1 hour time frame that we're going to talk about, which shows you a micro support area. But the bottom line is you don't want a winning trade turn into a losing trade. If you're worried about it, not everybody is. Depends on your personal strategy and tactics, but the bottom line is anybody who entered here would be in profit now, and anybody who wants to avoid the noise by trading the daily time frame, yeah, as well. So the idea is still that we are likely in this white scenario, which in a fifth wave should take us to 55 to 60K. It is too early to confirm, however, that the fifth wave has already started. Now you might say, okay, but he said that prices already reversed and everything. Yeah. But that's exactly why we are watching the 1 hour time frame as well, to figure out, do we have all the confirmations we need, to say that the fifth wave here has started? Because bear in mind, we still have the yellow count here on the chart, which is the, let's say, more bearish but still bullish alternative wave count. But I can only confirm that with a break below 35K. The thing is, this wave 4, there's no need for it to be over. It could easily stretch out, okay? It could easily stretch out. I would not be surprised at all if we see sideways actions into the halving. Because what could happen? I mean, this could just be an A wave, and this could be a B wave, even an overshooting B wave, and then another C wave down, okay? Which is why it's so useful from a tactical point of view to manage that uncertainty and, for example, to take some partial profits or move up the stop loss if you are trading it like that. Some people are just accumulating a little bit and I just want to wait for all-time highs. But yeah, that's one possibility. It could also turn into a triangle, but again, I can really only analyze what we can see. There's absolutely no evidence for a triangle at this stage. So that will take a little bit more up and down, up and down. Would not be surprised at all, mark my words, when we get a triangle. It's similar to what I highlighted here. That was as we went into December, and I highlighted that this correction, and I mean, we have really not moved significantly since the early days in December. I did say that this could take it could take us into the new year, this boring sideways price action. And here we are, and haven't actually really moved significantly. So just to mention, this correction could still extend, but it's already looking good on the daily time frame. So looking at the 1 hour chart here, this is obviously what we use to figure out, okay, what are the chances, what are the odds that the wave 4 that I just showed you has indeed already bottomed, and what do we need to see for further confirmation on the smaller time frame? What are the risks? So here you see the top that was formed on the 11th of January. We had 3 waves down into the middle of our support area, which is actually ideal. Yeah, it could have gone a little lower to the next fib level. It avoided that, but it did hit basically the middle of our support area. What we always want to see as a first confirmation that a low is in, it's a 5-wave move to the upside. We actually have quite a nice and clear 5-wave move now. Yeah, it formed here into yesterday's high, reached that resistance area and it's a 5-wave move up now. There's no sign of it that it has topped, but ideally it would top soon, because even in the 5th wave, we can now identify 5 waves up. So I'm literally just waiting for a pullback to see, from an analysis point of view, can it hold the support area? My mindset when we have 5 waves up is always, okay, I've got 5 waves up, the trend could be up. Let's see if the pullback holds, okay? And I will already, from a mindset point of view, focus on the upside, because 5 waves up indicate that the trend should be up until it morphs into something different. But for now, I have 5 waves up, which means I have a very clear support area that I can put onto the chart. And as long as we're above it, the focus can be on higher. Doesn't mean we have to get into it at the moment, but it means, okay, we are above support, we focus on higher. That would only change below 39,605. The ideal support for any pullback that happens now is between 41,709 and 39,605. That would be a wave 2 or a B wave pullback. If we get that pullback and the market indeed finds support at one of these ideal support levels, then we can watch for a 3rd wave or a C wave rally. And the next question will then be, okay, is this a C wave and do we break down again? Like here in the blue count, and we're extending the correction, or it's turning into a triangle. Basically, the correction is still unfolding. Or is it turning into a 5-wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would be more bullish, okay? So that would then be further confirmation that we have indeed bottomed. So the question is now, when does this top? I mean, the requirements for this wave 5 are absolutely fulfilled. Just watching for some evidence that we could have topped. Basically, after 5 waves up, also here in the micro level, typically the support level to use is the 78.6 retracement. Yeah, because this could also turn into a larger 1-2, a smaller 1-2, and so on. But below 42,090, I would confirm that a top is in, the wave 2 has started, and that all of wave 1A has topped. Now again, when could it top? Well, I think it might already top today, tomorrow. Bear in mind that tomorrow we have Fed Day. The FOMC will announce their interest rate decision. That could be a trigger for something. Maybe tomorrow, today we're not going to see much, but tomorrow some volatility. What's expected tomorrow? Did post that earlier on Twitter, the X network. Make sure that you follow us. You'll find the link in the description, but please make sure that you only follow the official account. There are scammers, impersonators, and we will never, ever contact you directly on social media. If anybody asks you for funds or money or whatever, that's not MCO. But yeah, tomorrow's Fed statement, or let's say the interest rate decision. My view about tomorrow, so yes, rate cuts are anticipated, but probably not yet. The Fed so far hasn't signaled any urgency, so it will likely be later in the year, okay? Obviously, inflation is still above target, yeah, so they don't need to rush. And also the US economy, at least superficially, seems quite strong, okay? So there's high consumer spending, things like that. So there is likely not yet a reduction, so they don't need to do it yet. And obviously, it's all about, okay, how does Powell, the Fed chair, communicate the 2024 plan in the speech? So that's going to be key, but we don't really know yet, I guess. But I guess it's all about, okay, yes, rate cuts might be possible, but probably not yet. Then obviously they still plan to get towards their 2% goal. My view is they might actually start with interest rate cuts a little before the 2% inflation goal is reached. And yeah, they obviously try to achieve this soft landing while avoiding, obviously, a recession. But yeah, so I think tomorrow could be a bit of a catalyst for movement. I have to say, though, the last few Fed interest rate days were really boring, so the market actually didn't really care. Okay, so I don't take it too much focus. But anyway, I think the levels are clear, the parameters to watch are clear. By the way, Bitcoin also reached, and that could be a bit of an interesting pattern. Bitcoin reached here the neckline of a potential inverse head and shoulders pattern. Sorry, it's extremely ugly what I just did, but it's a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder could form with an upcoming breakout. It's a possibility. So that pullback, if it happens from here, which it doesn't need to, but if it happens from here, it could give us a nice right shoulder in this inverse head and shoulders pattern. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, if you're interested in daily updates, video updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks like Tesla, AMD, and so on, then feel free to check out our stock service, Stocks and S&P 500. You'll find the link in the description as well. Takes you to the More Trading Online page. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.